So, have you ever been around some people who say they're Christians, but you love Jesus? And here's another question. How do some people just not get it? You're thinking to yourself, like, how they not gonna listen to the gospel? But here's the deal. Jesus knew this was going to happen, and he gives us the example of this in Luke chapter 8. He gives the parable of the sower. You might have heard of it, and you might have even heard the saying, it falls on deaf ears. That came from the Bible. You got 4 different groups of people, right? Let's talk about them. Number 1 group, they just don't get it. They do not get it. You can talk about Jesus all you want. They don't want to hear it. Then you have another group of people who have this emotional experience and they love some Jesus. They love Jesus up at church, right? But then they go back into sin. Either maybe a temptation or a trial happens and they gone out that church. And then you have a third group of people. And this group of people hear it and they get it, but man, they all wrapped up in some worldly stuff. But then you got this 4th group, and this 4th group of people are what we would call from back, in the 90s, the Jesus freaks. Sold out Jesus people. They love some Jesus. That's all they want to talk about. Jesus knew this was going to happen because in Luke chapter 8, he gives the parable of the sower. Jesus does say that the seed is the word of God. Jesus says in this parable that the sower is on his way to go sow, and he drops some seeds. And the first seeds, they just fall on the path. And then the birds come down, they hungry, they snatch up the seed. Who do you think could be the birds? But then some of the seed fell on rock. But on a rock, you don't have much root, do you? Wind, a gust, a trial or a tribulation comes and it just blows that seed gone. And then you have some seeds that fall beneath, but then they get all tangled up in thorns, being slaves to things of this world, trying to please man instead of please God. But then you got some seed that gets on fertile ground that takes root and it spreads 100-fold. Because those who hear can hear, and the rest, it's just parables. Jesus says, my mother and my brothers are those who hear the word and they do it. What seed you be?